Hello everyone, my name is Maurish and today I'll be presenting on sentiment analysis for information retrieval using SpaCy. In this project, I decided to focus on SpaCy, a powerful natural language processing in library in Python. Instead of choosing a general IR topic, I want to demonstrate a tool. So my presentation is a tool demonstration project focusing on how SpaCy supports IR tasks, specifically use it to perform sentiment analysis, which means identifying whether a piece of text expresses a positive, negative, or neutral feeling. This task is widely used on information retrieval systems such as customer review analysis, product feedback understanding, or even chatbot emotions detection. My goal today is to explain what SpaCy is, why it is useful in IR, and show a short demo of how it performs sentiment analysis. I'll also discuss where it is used in the real world and limitations it has. Overall, this presentation will collect how a model NLP library like SpaCy can make IR systems more intelligent and unaware. Before we dive into the SpaCy, let's briefly understand what information retrieval or IR actually means. IR is a process of finding relevant information from a huge amount of unstructured data, especially text. For example, especially text. For example, when we search something on Google, the system retrieves millions of pages but ranks and shows only the most relevant ones. That's IR in action. Similarly, IR plays a key role in systems like chatbots, digital assistants, and recommendation platforms, where the goal is to show user the most appropriate content or response. In many real world applications, it is not just about finding relevant words but also understanding how users feel about something. For example, when analyzing customer feedback or social media comments, this is where NLP tool like SpaCy become extremely valuable because they help system understand both content and emotions in the text. So in this presentation I'll show how SpaCy can be used in such IR systems for sentiment analysis, which adds emotional understanding to information retrieval. Let's go into the next slide. What is SpaCy? SpaCy is one of the most popular and efficient NLP libraries used in both academic research and industry projects. It's written in Python and designed to handle large scale text efficiently. SpaCy can perform various text processing tasks such as tokenizations, which splits sentence into words, part of speech, tagging to identify the grammar of each word, named entity recognition to detect names, dates, and places, and dependency phrasing to understand sentence structure. These features make it ideal for information retrieval, where system must analyze and text and organize text. SpaCy is known for its speed and accuracy. It's optimized for production level applications rather than just research experiments. Many companies and researchers used it to build intelligent text systems, search engines, and data mining tools. It provides pre-trained language models that can understand context, which is crucial for IR tasks. In short, SpaCy provides the foundations of buildings applications that can not only retrieve data but also interpret meaning from the text. Here, why use SpaCy for IR? SpaCy is especially useful for information retrieval tasks because it processes text quickly and accurately. IR systems often deal with massive amount of data such as customer reviews, online articles, or social media posts, and SpaCy can handle all of that efficiently. One big advantage is that SpaCy integrates smoothly with other Python tools such as TextBlob and Genism, which means we can combine multiple NLP techniques easily. SpaCy helps IA system performs key operations such as entity recognition, keyword extraction, and sentiment detection, all of which improve search quality and ranking. For example, if a user searches best affordable phones with good battery, SpaCy can identify the key terms affordable and battery and retrieve better results. This combination of precision, speed, and flexibility is why I choose SpaCy as my IR tool for this project. Now let's move to the concept of sentiment analysis. The IR task I demonstrated using SpaCy. Sentiment analysis is a method of analyzing text to determine whether the emotion behind it is positive, negative, or neutral. For example, the product is amazing would be positive, the food is terrible would be negative, and the service were okay would be neutral. The process helps system understand how people feel about something. It's extremely useful in business and technology. For example, Amazon or Yelp use it to analyze customer reviews automatically. In IR system, this emotional information helps in ranking results or recommending content based on user sentiment. SpaCy allows us to perform this task efficiently when combined with other sentiment analysis components, which I'll explain next. SpaCy itself does not include a built-in sentiment analyzer, but it's designed to be very flexible and modular. This means we can easily extend it using third-party components. One such extension is a SpaCy text blob, which adds text blob sentiment, snoring capability to SpaCy's processing pipeline. Text blob is another simple NLP library that calculates a popularity score. Popularity score, a number between -1 and +1, like -1 and +1, where -1 means strongly negative and +1 means strongly positive, and 0 is neutral. By combining SpaCy and text blob, we can process text, extract features, and compute emotional tone, all in one pipeline. This make this makes it perfect for sentiment-based IR systems like product reviews, analysis, news monitoring, or social media emotion tracking. In the next slide, I'll demonstrate exactly how this works in code. In this demo, I'm showcasing how sentiment analysis can be done using SpaCy integrated with TextBlob through the SpaCy TextBlob extension. The dataset here is a short movie review consisting of about 10 15 sentences. It includes a mix of positive and negative opinions such as comments about the story, acting, and cinematography. I started by loading SpaCy and SpaCy's and websum model, which is en underscore core underscore web underscore sm model, and adding the SpaCy text block component to the NLP pipeline. This extension enables SpaCy to compute sentiments popularity scores for each sentence. Each sentence is then analyzed to get its sentimental score, and I use a helper function get underscore sentiment underscore label off to classify them as positive, negative, or neutral depending on their popularity values. Above 0. 0.1 is negative, below 0. 0.1 is negative, between 0. 0.1 to minus 0.1 and plus 0.1 is neutral. Between those two is neutral. After processing, the code prints each sentence along with its popularity and label. For example, the cinematography was beautiful and impressive. Gives score around 0. 0.7 positive. Some dialogues felt forced and unneutral. Might get 0. 0.4 or 0. 0.4 negative. Once all sentences are evaluated, I calculate the average sentiment score across the review. This helps summarize the general tone of the text. In this case, the scoring is roughly 0.28, meaning the review is overall positive. I also use matplotlib to create a bar graph showing each sentence sentiment score, which usually displays how the tone fluctuates. For instance, mostly positive with a few negative dips. The approach demonstrates how SpaCy can be combined with text block to quickly perform sentiment analysis on large text blocks and summarize the overall emotion tone. Something especially useful for information retrieval systems like automatically ranking or summarizing movie or product reviews based on sentiment. Next slide. These are steps. Sentiment analysis in using SpaCy has a lot of real world use case. E-commerce sites used it to understand how customers feel about products. Positive reviews can be highlighted or ranked higher. Social media monitoring tools analyze thousands of tweets to detect public opinion or trending modes. Chatbots can be used sentiment detection to adjust their response. For instance, being more polite or empathetic. Being more polite. If a user sounds upset, companies also use sentiment analysis for market predictions and brand monitoring. So tools like SpaCy plays a huge role in making IR systems emotionally intelligent and user aware. That's why I found this project very practical and interesting to explore. Despite its usefulness, SpaCy and sentiment analysis in general have some limitations. The base SpaCy model doesn't perform sentiment analysis on its own. We need extensions like SpaCy text blob or custom models. Another challenging is detecting sarcasm, irony, or mixed emotions. For example, if someone says, "I just love being ignored," the sentence looks like positive but is actually negative. Also, sentiment models may not perform equally well across all languages or cultural contexts. They often need retraining for specific datasets. So, while SpaCy is a strong tool, it still has room for improvement, especially for deeper emotional understandings. The conclusions. We came to the conclusion. To summarize, SpaCy is a modern and efficient NLP library that supports many information retrieval tasks. In this project, I demonstrated how SpaCy can perform sentiment analysis when combined with text block. This allows system to automatically detect emotional tone in text, which improves how information is retrieved and ranked. It helps organizations and researchers build smarter, user centered applications. Working on this project helped me understand how NLP tools like SpaCy work, work like backbone of intelligent IR systems today. Thank you very much for listening. And these are the references. Oh, sorry. This is a conclusion page which we discussed now. And here are the references. I would like to acknowledge the SpaCy official documents, the SpaCy text blog GitHub page, and a few online articles that help me understand sentiment analysis in IR. Thank you for your attention. I hope this presentation gave you a clear view how SpaCy can be applied in real world information retrieval systems. Thank you so much.